Let's go now to the financial review, and you and me, Lee, seem to always be flung crypto stories, and it is on the front of the fin tomorrow. RBA warns of faddish crypto crash. The RBA has warned users and investors in fad-fueled cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin that they risk holding speculative assets with niche users that could lose most of their value. The RBA's head of payments, Tony Richards, said the value of many cryptocurrencies could crash when central banks decide to assert control over their monetary systems. I don't know about you, Leisa, but this sort of smacks to the fact that some of the banks at this point in time, when interest rates are so low and there's so much competition for home loans, they just want to make sure that everyone is scared to death to invest their money elsewhere at this point in time. But am I being a little bit too cynical about this story?
You're talking to someone who's been a journo for 30 years, so I think cynical is pretty much in my ballpark. But look, I think one cryptocurrency, I think a lot of people still don't exactly understand what it is. It's this, they don't understand if it's real or it's a digital asset, what exactly does that mean? But there is a growing number of people, not just here in Australia, but around the world, who are choosing to put their money into cryptocurrency because, like you said, interest rates are just so low with the banks. If they don't want to put it into the share market itself, then crypto is the other alternative, and they are getting returns on it. But we saw the Commonwealth Bank just adopt cryptocurrency. So they're starting to normalise it, which for the financial institutions would make them, quite wary, I think. But look, I still think the average person doesn't quite understand what cryptocurrency is. And I think if you are an investor, then you know that there is risk with anywhere that you put your money. It's just like the share market. So it's going to be an interesting one to watch and try and get a better understanding of how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Also on the front of the fin, unions back RBA in push for a 3% wages growth. And we mentioned that Chris Ellison, the boss from Mineral Resources, was also on the front of the West Australian. He is running MinRes iron ore mine at a loss. So they're great stories on the front of the fin tomorrow. Let's now go to The Age, Lease, and Frydenberg in Move on Senate. It's an exclusive by Rob Harris, who's the National Affairs Editor at the Nine Papers. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg will attempt to strengthen his authority over the Victorian division of the Liberals by installing one of his closest advisors into the coalition's parliamentary ranks in the vacancy left by former Senate President Scott Ryan. Look, all eyes seem to be on grassroots branches of politics in Victoria at this point in time. Lise, what do you think about this move by the Treasurer flexing so hard?
Well, look, I think the Liberals know that they have to do something pretty impressive to shore up any seats there in Victoria. We're months away from a federal election, and obviously Daniel Andrews is a lot more on the nose than he ever was in the past 20 months or so. But certainly for Scott Morrison and Frydenberg, they need to look at what they're going to do with Victoria. And it was very clear when you saw Scott Morrison, that was the first place he went as soon as he possibly could to start this election campaign that's not really an election campaign. So it'll just be one to watch.
Yeah, for sure.